Alright, so gang, it's your boy Nature, aka Nature. Alright, so we back for another video. Alright, in this video we're going to be talking about how to read candlestick patterns. Alright, so what is a candlestick pattern? Alright, so a method of reading price charts. Okay, this is how we read price in the charts. It's a method of reading price charts. It's through, the candlestick patterns. So these are candlestick patterns. We'll basically go over a few basic candlestick patterns, and that's it. Okay, so the method of reading price charts is candlestick patterns. So the four things that you need to know is the opening, the high, the low, and the close of the session. So you have the opening and the close of the session, and you have the high and the low of the session. The daily candlestick charts is the high of the day. You can find that out on the daily candlestick charts. You can find the high of the day, the high of the 1 hour session, depending on the time frame. You can find the high of the session if it's depending on the 1 hour, if it's the 4 hour, or the daily, or even the weekly. You can find, or the 30-minute. You can find the high of the day through those sessions, depending on what time frames you're on at that time. The 1 hour time frame is a good time frame to find the high of the session. 4 hour daily. So this is how you read candlestick patterns. So you can see how what's going on as far as the day is concerned, or the month, or the week, or 4 hours. What's going on every 4 hours? As far as this is how you read it. So 4 things you need to know is the high, the low, the opening, and the close. So this is the high, this is the low. These are upper wicks. This is the high of the upper wick. This is the low of the upper wicks. Okay. This is called the body. Okay, and this is called the opening and the close. Alright, you have the opening and the close over here as well. If it's a green candlestick, it's going to open at the bottom. Okay, and we'll explain that right now. So when you see a green candlestick pattern, that means that price has closed at the high. So it opens at the bottom and it closes at the high if it's a green candlestick. So it closes at the high of the session. So the opening price is at the bottom. So price opening at the bottom. I kind of remember this, how price opens as you buy low. So price opens low and then it closes high. Price goes up, it opens low. You buy low and then it goes up and it closes at the high. Alright, and then so for the session, so the opening price is the bottom, and the close price, it opens at the bottom, so you buy at the bottom. So if it's green, you buy at the bottom, so it opens at the bottom, and then it goes up and closes at the high. So price will open at the bottom, and then price will close at the top. If it's a green candlestick, the wicks meaning that when price opens, it'll go down, it'll create this wick, the lowest of the session that it went to, then it'll go back up, eventually going up. It'll go to the highest of the session, the highest of it, the wick, and then once it goes to the highest of the wick, it'll go back down and eventually close right here. Okay, still at the top of the session, but it won't close at the highest of the session. And these wicks are the highest of the session that price went to before closing, and the lowest of the session that price went to before going up. Okay, so this is how you read a green candlestick. Remember, you buy low, so price will open low, and then it will go up and close at the high if it's a green candlestick. Same thing over here for red candlestick. The red candlestick is the opposite. Price will open at the top because you sell at the top. So price will open at the top because you sell at the top, and then price will close at the bottom. Price will open at the top, and because you sell at the top, so price will open at the top, and then it'll close. It'll go down and then close. First, price will go up. It'll make this wick. It'll open at the top, It will make this wick right here at the highest of the session, and then it'll go back down, eventually closing. Before it closes, though, it will make this wick. It'll go all the way down, go back up to make this wick, and then close at the low if it's red. So you can tell that right here. This is how you read candlestick patterns, the basics of candlestick patterns. So if it's going up, then the price will open at the bottom if it's a green candlestick and close at the high. The black shadows are called the upper wicks. It's the highest of the sessions. It's the upper wick, and the low of the session is the lower wick. So bullish stands for green and bearish stands for red. So the opposite is for bearish, which stands for red. The opening is at the top and it closes at the low. Still the same. The wicks are still the same. They're always going to be the same. It's always going to be a high and a low. But the opening and the close is flipped for bearish, which means red. So you can see, as you can see right here, is flip. The opening, instead of the opening for the green and red, the only thing that's different between these two, the bodies are still the same and the wicks is still the same, but the only thing is that for red, instead of it opening at the top, at the bottom, it opens at the top because you sell at the top. So for the red candlestick, it's going to open at the top because that's where you sell at. So you open at the top for sales, and then it closes at the bottom. Alright, so those are basically how you read candlestick patterns. I hope that helped. You understand TAE. We have TAE right here. We ran over TAE, how to trade candlestick patterns, TAE. We need to look for the trend. We need to find the area of value. And we need to find entry triggers. So entry triggers will be candlestick patterns. Rather it be Merbozel, bullish or bearish engulfing patterns that we're about to go over right now. Hammer, shooting star, morning star, evening star. So these are just some of the basic candlestick patterns, the ones that you're basically going to see. The basics is the engulfing pattern. So the bullish engulfing pattern, the body of the candlestick, the first candlestick is always going to be red. If it's a bullish engulfing pattern, the first candlestick is going to be red, and the second candlestick is going to engulf the body of the first candlestick. So the bullish engulfing pattern, the body of the green candlestick engulfs the body of the red candlestick. You see how it engulfs it, the candle of the red candlestick, embodying the second candlestick. The bullish engulfing candlestick embodies the first candlestick. The second candlestick. This is why it's called the second candlestick embodies the first candlestick. This is why it's called a bullish. Bullish meaning going up. Green. You can see green. The green candlestick is embodying the first candlestick. This is why it's called a bullish engulfing pattern, because the first candlestick, the sellers are in control. So sellers are in control. It opened at the top. Remember, sellers sell at the top, so it opened at the top and then it closed at the bottom. These are the little small wicks. And then the second candlestick, buyers are in control, which is green. It opens at the top. It opens at the bottom because you buy at the bottom, and it closes at the top, engulfing the first previous candlestick. So this is called a bullish engulfing pattern. All right. So when you see a bullish engulfing pattern, when you see the green candlestick engulfing the first candlestick, this is a sign of strength, as it shows that buyers have reversed all the selling pressure and more have pushed price up. Buyers have came in and reversed all the selling pressure because the sellers were in control. Then buyers came in and reversed the selling pressure, pushing price all the way back up. So this is called a bullish engulfing pattern. The previous candle is the sign. The second candlestick is the sign of strength, as buyers have pushed price higher than the first candlestick, closing above the previous candlestick, closing higher above the previous candlestick. So when you see this, you see the green candlestick, and you see this both in it's a double candlestick pattern. When you see a double candlestick pattern, you have single candlestick pattern, double candlestick patterns, triple candlestick patterns, which we go in depth on my OnlyFans. You see this double candlestick pattern. It means that buyers are in control and price is heading back up. So same thing with here. We're almost done. This is just the basics of candlestick patterns, how to read candlestick patterns. We have the bearish engulfing pattern, which is the opposite of the bullish engulfing pattern, meaning that sellers are in control. It's the opposite. Okay, it is the opposite. Okay, so the first candlestick, sellers, instead of the sellers being the first candlestick and the buyers being the second candlestick, the buyers are the first candlestick, and the second candlesticks are the sellers. So the first candlestick is bullish, because bullish means buyers are in control. So it opens at the top. The first candlestick opens at the top because you buy at the bottom. First candlestick opens at the bottom because you buy at the bottom, and it closes at the top. Then the second candlestick, sellers came in at the top. It opens at the top because sellers, you sell at the top. So it opened at the top and it closed at the bottom. However, sellers have smashed the price back down lower. Then it's opening here at the high and finally pushes price back down. So once price is being pushed back down, it closes lower than the opening. Right here, you can see the opening price has closed lower than the opening. This is called a bearish engulfing pattern, meaning that sellers are in control. And you see this engulfing pattern is a very useful pattern to be and it's very common pattern to identify the market reversal. So when you see this in the market, you see the second candlestick. Wait for the candlestick to form. Wait for it to actually form. Don't just get in because you see a green candlestick and you see it opening at the bottom and you see it going up. Wait. Sometimes you have to wait and see what price really wants to do. So usually sometimes a lot of times you'll see this at the end of a trend. Letting you know if price wants to continue. This could be a continuation or it could be a reversal pattern. Okay, so sometimes you might see this at the end of the trend. If you see this at the end of a downtrend, it's a continuation. But if you see this at the end of an uptrend, a bullish engulfing pattern, you see that price no longer wants to go up, and price finally smashes back down, engulfing the previous candlestick. The first candlestick letting you know that sellers are in control, and it's at the top of a trend. This is a reversal pattern. So it can be a continuation or a reversal pattern. Alright, so I hope this helps. A few more patterns we're going to go over. We have hammer and shooting star. So let's talk about hammer. So let's have a look at the hammer. This is the body. You see the body, and then you see the wick right here. Alright, so the hammer is a bullish reversal pattern, meaning it's a uptrend reversal pattern. Wants to go up. It's actually showing that price is rejecting the market. In fact, that it's rejecting lower price. So price opening, it was opening at the top. Sellers were in control. Then buyers wind up coming in, pushing price back to the high. As you can see, price opened at one point at time. Sellers were in control, and sellers were in control of the session. Then buyers came in and pushed price all the way higher, and finally closing near the high. This is a sign of strength rejection and of a lower price, and this means that price wants to continue going back up. This is called a hammer. This is one of the candlestick patterns, single candlestick patterns that you're going to see in the market a lot. You usually see this at the end of a downtrend, meaning that price wants to head back up. It's a bullish reversal pattern, meaning that price bullish means going up. Price wants to head back up. You see hammer in the market. All right. Buy sellers were in control, wanted pushing price all the way back down. Eventually, buyers came in, pushed price back up, showing a sign of strength rejection, showing that buyers were in, that buyers took control of the session and closed it near the near, meaning that price wants to go back up. All right, so these are some of the basic candlestick patterns that you're going to see in the market. And finally, we have shooting star, which is the opposite of the hammer. Instead of buyers ending the session near the opening, near the high, sellers end the session near the close. Okay, so buyers were in control because buyers opened the price, you buy low. So buyers came in, bought the price all the way high. Then eventually sellers came back in, pushing price back down. So this is price rejection. This is a sign of price rejection right here. Pushing price back down. This is the body right here. It made the body pushing price back down near the close. So sellers were in control. So when you see a shooting star, it's the opposite of a hammer. It's showing a rejection. Shooting star is showing a rejection of higher price. So price open here. Buyers took control, pushed price up here. Then sellers came in, eventually pushing price back down. Sellers shot the market back down, collapsing the market back down, finally closing near the low. This is a sign of rejection of a higher price. This helps you identify in the market a reversal pattern in the market, letting you know this is usually see this at the uptrend, on an uptrend, or the end of an uptrend. You'll see a shooting star. When you see a shooting star, and you see this is a clear sign that of a higher price rejection, meaning that sellers are in control. They wind up pushing price back down near the low, low of the session. All right. So these are just some of the basics. Then we also have Dragonfly and Gravestone Doji. Dragonfly meaning that, Doji meaning that it was indecision in the market. But with Dragonfly and Gravestone Dojis is meaning price rejection. Dragonfly, price rejection of sellers. Sellers were in control. Then eventually buyers wanted pushing price back up near the high. So this is a price rejection that price wants to go back up. Same thing here. Price rejection for the Gravestone Doji. The opposite. Gravestone, think of like going down. Buyers were in control, pushed price up, then sellers came in, pushed price back down. This is these are meaning that buyers now sellers are in control now. So when you see these like Gravestone, Dragonfly, Doji, bullish, bearish, engulfing, shooting star, hammer, these are the basics. Candlestick patterns. Just a few other triple stick candlestick patterns that we go over in my OnlyFans. A few other double stick candlestick patterns that we go over in OnlyFans. Obviously, we have tweeter top and tweeter bottoms. There are also double stick candle patterns. So when you see these is how you read, the basics of the candlestick patterns, basically in the charts. All right, so I just want y'all to know this. I hope this helps with your psychology. Don't lose concentration. You're already rich. Just stay focused. I hope this helps with your psychology. We'll be posting a lot more videos. Like I said, I'm going to be posting more videos on my live. Shout out to the gang. Like I said, I'm just going to be doing these videos so you guys, get familiar with the market, get familiar with reading candlestick patterns, just reading some of the candlestick patterns that go on in the market so you'll be able to make money in this market. You have to put this all together with the TAE, trend area, and entry triggers. These are your entry triggers, your candlestick patterns. And, like I said, I put it all together on my OnlyFans for y'all so you can see me in live action. How I'll show you like shooting star. It's going back down. So downtrend, look for sales. Okay, so you're gonna see that more and more. But I hope this helps. All right, gang, Boy Nature, aka Nature. I'm gonna have a lot more videos, a lot more information out as soon as I can. Working really, really hard to get the information out so you guys can make money in this market. So, all right, gang.